In a distant village in eastern Nigeria, there lived a blind girl named Nkem. She resided on the outskirts of the village with her elder sister Amoka and their mother Obianuju. Nkem was born blind and quickly learned to fend for herself because neither her sister nor her mother showed much care for her. They viewed her as a burden and prioritized their own enjoyment over her welfare. Despite her blindness, Nkem taught herself how to cook and clean. Her mother and sister never helped her. Instead, they relied on her for food and house chores. Often, Nkem would prepare meals, only for Amoka and Obianuju to devour everything upon their return from roaming the village, without considering whether she had eaten. Determined to be independent, Nkem began braiding hair for the villagers. She earned a modest income, often braiding 6 to 7 heads daily, and carefully saved every penny in a small box. Her goal was to seek treatment from a renowned medicine man in a faraway village who could potentially restore her sight. The thought of finally being able to see filled her with hope, pushing her to work tirelessly. One fateful day, Amoka discovered Nkem's savings. Without hesitation, she stole the money to buy new shoes, bags, and clothes. Days later, when Nkem went to add more money to her savings box, she discovered it was empty. Heartbroken, she confronted Amoka, who dismissed her with indifference. The realization that her own sister had betrayed her left Nkem in tears, but she resolved to start saving again. One day, as Nkem went to fetch water at the stream, Amoka secretly followed her. As Nkem bent to draw water, Amoka pushed her into the deep stream. Unable to swim, Nkem struggled and sank. Amoka returned home as though nothing had happened, taking Nkem's remaining possessions and keeping silent about her cruel act. Days passed, but neither Amoka nor Obianuju made any effort to find Nkem. Obianuju assumed Nkem had left of her own accord and seemed unconcerned. Only Amoka knew the truth. Years went by, and Amoka fell gravely ill with a mysterious sickness. Obianuju desperately sought help from various healers, but none could cure her. Eventually, they were directed to a powerful healer in a distant village. Clinging to hope, they journeyed to meet the healer. When they arrived at the healer's hut, they were astonished to find Nkem sitting there, now with her sight restored. At first, Nkem did not recognize them, but as they spoke, she realized who they were. Shocked and overwhelmed, Obianuju asked, "Nkem, is that you? How are you alive, and how can you see?" Nkem recounted her story. "That day at the stream, as I struggled to stay afloat, I was saved by a kind man who brought me to his home. I later learned he was the great medicine man I had been saving to visit. When he saw my condition, he healed me for free. I begged him to teach me his craft, and for years, I worked under him, learning everything I know today. Amoka pushed me into the stream and stole the money I had saved for my treatment, but I forgave her and moved on." Hearing this, both Obianuju and Amoka broke down in tears, begging Nkem for forgiveness. Despite the pain they had caused her, Nkem, being kind-hearted, forgave them. She even used her healing knowledge to cure Amoka's illness without charging them a single coin. They returned to their village as changed people, deeply regretful of their past actions. From that day forward, they treated Nkem with the love and respect she had always deserved. Moral of the story: treat others with kindness and respect. Do not hurt others or take what does not belong to you. Always act with compassion and integrity, for our actions often return to us in unexpected ways.